Hello, my friend. It's your pal Mike Shea from Sly Flourish. We are having our big holiday book sale over on the Sly Flourish bookstore. Right now, all of the books, except for City of Arches, is 20% off. That is both physical and digital books, PDFs of books, are all 20% off. And if you spend $60 or more, you get free shipping in the United States or UK. So it's the first time we did UK free shipping in the UK. So it's a fantastic time to pick up any of your favorite Sly Flourish books, either to fill out the library that you've got or to pick up some Sly Flourish books that you can give to your friends. Today, I thought we'd take a look at some of the books that you can get on sale on the Sly Flourish bookstore. The way you get your discount is you add the books, all of the products that you want to purchase to your cart, and all of the discounts, including the 20% off discount on the books and the free shipping if you cross over $60, will happen in the checkout, in your cart. You'll see the discount there in the cart. So the books themselves don't look like they're on sale, but they are. You add them to your cart, you get 20% off. All books except City of Arches. City of Arches is too new, so we didn't want to add it to the sale yet. But everything else is 20% off. All of the books are 20% off. And any purchases, which includes City of Arches, gets you up to $60. And if you cross $60, you get free shipping in the United States or in the UK. This sale is only going until 17 December. I suggest you do not wait. I can't tell you the number of times we've had people that email us after the sale is over like, oh my God, I can't believe I missed the sale. I had stuff in my cart and I forgot to do it. So don't forget to check it out. And right now is a great time to get these books on sale. And the sale is only going on from now until December 17th. So you're not going to want to miss out. Of course, you can get Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master. This is the book that I am most well known for. It is a book that I wrote 8 years ago at this point, talking about how to prep, run, and think about your games. It is a system agnostic book. It was written around the time that D&D 2014 was out, but it does not focus on D&D 2014 because at this point I had lots of experience with a lot of different RPGs, and I really felt like a lot of the ideas of the Lazy GM can actually work with lots of different RPGs. So even though it's called Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master, it is in fact suitable for all, probably fantasy role-playing games, but it certainly works with science fiction-based RPGs as well, other kinds of RPGs, a lot of the thing there. This is the book that outlines the 8 steps for lazy game prep. You can actually, on the Sly Flourish bookstore, when you go to the bookstore and you go to any of the books, all of them have free samples that you can download to check out each of the books so you can decide if it's the right book for you. They have the table of contents and usually some useful pages, useful sample pages that you could actually use in your game. A lot of them, like the adventure books, have free adventures. For Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master, I have the chapter that talks about the 8 steps. So if you want to know what the 8 steps are, you can find it in the sample chapter without paying for anything. But of course, you'll want the rest of the book to fill in all of the rest of the details. So it breaks down the idea of game prep into prepping for your game, running your game, and thinking about your game with chapters of each. This is it won the Gold Emmy Awards when it came out, and it has been a bestseller of our site ever since. It is what has enabled us to kind of build the rest of the Sly Flourish empire around it. So it's really great. And every day I get people that talk about how useful this book has been, which humbles me and hits me right in the feels. Anyway, if you want to find a gift for a new game master in your life, or a family member who's getting into GMing for the first time, or anything like that, this is a fantastic gift to get. That is the Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master. You can get the hardcover and the PDF available on the Sly Flourish bookstore for 20% off. If you already have Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master, or you and your favorite GMs in your life, you can check out the Lazy DM's Companion. The Lazy DM's Companion came out back in 2021, so it's about 5 years old at this point. And the Lazy DM's Companion has short 1-page or 2-page spreads of all kinds of new sort of supplements to help you run your games and ways to get ideas to help generate the kinds of adventures that you want. So it includes all kinds, it's just packed with tables. We really just piled this thing up with what I really thought of as some of the most useful tables that you can use to run your games. This is the Lazy DM's Companion, 64 pages, soft cover book, available for 20% off right now at the Sly Flourish bookstore. Great gift for the GMs in your life, and a great gift for yourself. Be kind to yourself. If you don't have this book, be kind to yourself and pick it up, because I think it's really going to help you run your games. Forge of Foes. Forge of Foes is a book that I worked on in partnership with Scott Fitzgerald Gray and Teos Abadia. This is our 130-page hardcover book that talks all about building monsters for your 5e games. Still works just as well with D&D 2024 as it worked when we put it out, and includes lots and lots of essays on how to think about building monsters, building encounters, running boss monsters, setting things up, all kinds of information, both hard, useful stuff to build monsters quickly, and also more philosophical stuff to help think about how your monsters play in your game. We are extremely happy with this book. We find it very useful. I used it a lot in my own recent 5e game where I was running 3 versions of 5e. I improvised a ton of monsters using Forge of Foes for it, and they worked really, really well. It helped me run games all the way to 20th level. So this is Forge of Foes, my book with Scott Fitzgerald Gray and Teos Abadia, available in the Sly Flourish Bookstore for 20% off right now. You got friends that love monsters, love running 5e monsters? Pick this up for them. You won't be disappointed, and they won't be disappointed. They will love you for it. Now 10 years old, Sly Flourish's Fantastic Locations is a book of 20 different locations for your fantasy RPGs. They are system agnostic. You could use these with any version of D&D or any version of 5e or anything else. 20 different locations. Each one has artwork from Brian Patterson and has a bunch of different chambers and rooms with aspects that you can tie into to help you build locations. When I designed this book, when I wrote this book, I thought of it as a monster manual for places. The idea was, how can you have 20 different evocative locations that are also still the kind of common locations that you'd have, that have locations throughout them that are abstract enough that you could drop them into any map or cut it, or add only 2 or 3 of the chambers or use all of the chambers, however you want to do it, with good descriptions of everything that's going on here. This is Fantastic Locations, a book that I did a while ago. Brian Patterson was the writer for it. Scott Fitzgerald Gray was the editor for it, and Eric Nowak did the layout for Sly Flourish's Fantastic Locations. Available now on the Sly Flourish Bookstore for 20% off. Sly Flourish's Fantastic Adventures is my first full published book of adventures. 10 different adventures that are intended to run characters from 1st to 5th level. The first adventure, The Nightblades, is available for free on the Sly Flourish Bookstore when you go to Fantastic Adventures if you want to see what the adventure format is like. Each of them are built around the village of White Sparrow, so you have a central village with a whole bunch of different adventures around it. It has been well regarded as a well-designed, easy-to-run system of adventures that are fun to run, easy to prep, built on the Lazy GM principles, of course, and help you run it. This is designed for 5e. One thing to keep in mind, most of these books, I don't know if not quite all of them, but most of these books include not only a PDF, but also an EPUB version of the book so that you can view it on your any kind of ebook reader app, your Kindle or whatever. You can read it on your phone. Fantastic Adventures is one of them. Locations has it. Grendleroot has it. Most of these books have PDF and EPUB versions available. Return to the Lazy Dungeon Master does. That's something to keep in mind, is that you can read these books on your phone using EPUB as well as PDF. Really fun artwork for this. I love this book. Ruins of the Grendleroot follows up on Sly Flourish's Fantastic Adventures with a series of 10 adventures, again for 1st through 5th level of 5e. Can use any of the different 5e systems, D&D 2014, D&D 2024, Level Up Advanced 5e, Tales of the Valiant. Any of your 5e systems can use this book. And it's also very reskinnable into other systems too. So if you were playing in other RPGs, but you wanted to use the stuff from here, you almost certainly could with just slight tweaks. It's very, very little on the mechanic side and very heavy on the adventure side. 10 different adventures, 5 of which can be chained together to kind of form a 1st to 6th level mini campaign, all set in a giant underground cavern beneath a great mountain with a network and web of caves and other dwellings that exist. Yet it is really designed to be a place you want to go to. So I would consider it like an optimistic view of an underground society, an underground city. Deep Delver's Enclave is sort of the hub, and Deep Delver's Enclave is really designed as the kind of place you'd want to go live. And then all of the kind of adventures that go off on there. Again, built very heavily from the principles of the Lazy Game Master, Lazy Dungeon Master. So, and it includes a entire 6th to 20th level campaign arc in the end. So if you really like the lore, if you really like the idea of Ruins of the Grendleroot, there is an entire playable 6th to 20th level campaign outline in the back, along with a whole bunch of different tables for random encounters that take place in the area, different relics that you could build, different kind of weird mutations that occur. So lots of tables to help build your own adventures in this setting. I really like it. This is the first book I did that really kind of fleshed out an entire setting, but it is designed very explicitly to be a location that you could drop into any campaign setting. So if you're playing in the Forgotten Realms or Midgard, whatever campaign setting you're running, you could grab this and you could drop it right inside, and it fits. It's just one mountain in your entire thing, but it has a full 1st to 20th level campaign and history and richness that you can drop into any campaign setting, which is a design I am very proud of, and one that I really like is, hey, it's kind of like a giant book of 10 adventures and a campaign setting, yet doesn't overwrite your own campaign setting. It's something that you can drop right in. So that's Ruins of the Grendleroot, available on the Sly Flourish Bookstore right now. 20% off. Fantastic Lairs is a book that I built in partnership with Scott Fitzgerald Gray and James Intercasso. The three of us developed 23 different boss fights. We thought boss fights are hard, right? Running boss fights, prepping boss fights are hard. So what we decided to do was, hey, not only can we help you build boss fights with books like Forge of Foes, but we can also design a bunch of boss fights. And we developed 23 different boss battles from 1st to 20th level, each with their own map and locations and custom monsters and artwork and everything else that you need to run these. They act as sort of mini adventures. You can even expand them out into longer adventures because they're generally about like 2 or 3 chambers that are really just kind of get you there to the boss. But you can, of course, drop any one of these into a larger dungeon or take ideas from these and drop them into your dungeon. I actually ran one of these just recently. I ran the Marilith battle, which is called the Blade Queen's Throne. That was a 17th level one. I ran that for my 3x5e game. I think they're about 18th level, but it's pretty easy to scale up. The boss worked very well, so it held up very well. So that is Fantastic Lairs, 23 boss battles and climactic encounters for your 5th edition game, available for 20% off at the Sly Flourish Bookstore right now until December, whatever I said. What did I say it was? Until December 17th. We also have a package deal, and again, you get 20% off of this as well. Sly Flourish's Fantastic Bundle, which includes Fantastic Lairs, Ruins of the Grendleroot, Fantastic Adventures, and Fantastic Locations in PDF. So this is just a PDF bundle. It does not include physical books. In fact, none of the Fantastic books have paper versions. You can get those over on Drive-Thru RPG. Only Return to the Lazy Dungeon Master, Lazy DM's Companion, Lazy GM's Workbook, Forge of Foes, those have physical versions available on the Sly Flourish Bookstore. The other ones are all available in PDF. So do not miss out on this sale. It is a great opportunity to pick up these books. I'm extremely proud of every one of these books. I've been writing them for over 10 years now. I kind of focus on like one book or so a year, one book maybe every other year or so. So I don't hammer out a ton of books. Instead, I'm trying to design books that really help you run your fantasy RPGs. And I'm very proud of every one of these books, and I'm very excited to get them in more hands this holiday season by making them 20% off. And again, you can get this on the Sly Flourish Bookstore. Go to the bookstore, add it to your cart. If you'll get the discount added to your cart, and if you cross $60 or more on anything, you get free shipping on your products. So that is the Sly Flourish Bookstore sale going on right now at slyflourish.com, shop.slyflourish.com. You, of course, can find a link down in the show notes for it. It's a great way to get good discounts on Sly Flourish books this holiday season. Friends, thank you so much. I hope you'll take advantage of this sale. Thank you so much for your outstanding support, and get out there and play an RPG.